Hey guys, and welcome to a quick collection update. So a variety of things here, as we'll see, and I'll end on a couple of announcements or stuff I've found out. So first of all, I have Autoria or Ataria Pendragon, depending on how you want to say it, also known as Saber from FateZero. Yes, I did say her last name was Pendragon. It is a really cool premise for the character. They've chosen the fact that throughout history, history never knew that Arthur Pendragon was actually a female, and that the King of Britain at the time was actually a girl. And she's incredibly cool, and I really did enjoy FateZero, which is a prequel to Stay Night. I didn't actually know it was a prequel, so I have to watch Stay Night now and see the rest of the story. Accessory-wise, she's pretty cool. She has a translucent Excalibur, which you can probably just see. One of her abilities is she can hide the sword if she so chooses. She has an extra hairpiece, a couple of really cool extra expressions there, one that's kind of like smirking and then one battle phrase. She also has a scabbard. This is the first release version, which is quite cool. So you actually do get a plastic circle also connected to the display stand, and it mentions on there that it is included. One of the gifts I received for my birthday, also Metacom, also extremely awesome, is Link. So got his most well-known outfit with the objects from Skyward Sword, and we also have his sword and shield. There's extra pieces that allow him to grip the shield, and obviously if you were using the extra hands, you would be able to get him to hold the sword as seen. He only features one extra expression, which is like a battle pose, and he has a variety of different hands. Now what's really bizarre, and I've never seen this done before, which is also quite cool, when you go to switch the expression, yes, it looks really weird because there's actually no eyes. He has interchangeable eyes, and it allows you to use multiple pairs of eyes with the different expressions. So you can have like a kind of, you can have like a battle face, or you can have a variety of different eyes, make it look like that he's shouting out of shock or shouting out of sadness. So there's a variety of different eyes, and they clip in really easily. It's actually quite cool. Alright, so both figures, as you can see, look gorgeous, and they have that really cool animated look to them, and they're just brilliant with our art style that Metacom are known for. Perhaps one of the coolest things I've owned in a long time, or one of the most impressive pieces I've owned in a long time. I finally got a Tontan. It was also a birthday gift, but I went halves in it, and I'm so glad I did, because even this base is ridiculously awesome, but you can see the detail on this Tontan is ridiculous. And if you didn't know this, there's actually an extra portrait with a broken horn you can use with Hans, and it also comes with an extra pair of binoculars, because the Hoff Han that was released didn't come with these, and obviously we see Han using it with the Tontan. Now all these little pieces on the side here, and the sleeping bags, etc., you have to clip on yourself, which I thought was ridiculously detailed. Some of it was quite hard to do because you have to use these little hooks and stuff. This was the only item I couldn't get to clip on, which is a little pouch for the binoculars. But nonetheless, all the extra accessories are awesome, and Luke looks amazing sitting on a ridiculously awesome Tontan. So yeah, definitely worth the money. And with the drop in the Australian exchange rate, like, the speeder bike and the Tontan were roughly the same amount, and it's just unfathomable that the speeder bike came close to the price of this guy. Yes, the creatures that FateZero have been putting out aren't articulated. No, it doesn't bother me, because just the sheer amount of detail. Like, I'm not really a statue person. Stay away from 1:4, and I don't have a lot of statues, but this guy is ridiculously amazing and well worthwhile. Now, continuing on with the Star Wars theme. Hot Wheels. So, diecast Vulture. I think I showed this off last time, but I just wasn't sure. These are still half price. So, the shelf talker at Kmart says $16 or $17. When you scan it, it scans through at, I think this one was $8. So, it's awesome. Good value, especially since I already had this guy and I just wanted the Battle Droid. So I really only paid for the Battle Droid. TIE Fighter, you'll notice that it's grey, and I'll talk about that in a moment. And we have 2 X-Wings. Now, this really did annoy me. Red 3, yes, you can see the little yellow outlines. I think it's supposed to be yellow on that side too, but, you know, Mattel, Hot Wheels, not the best at painting. But then we have, oh look, Red 5, and yes, the yellow is in slightly different places for a slightly different paint job. It annoyed me that they did that, and if we flip it over, we can see that there's a Falcon and all the others, and yeah, same thing, just with the Vulture and that. Now, was really lucky to find Wicket, and really lucky to find a first release Kanan, the blue. Now, brings me on to the next part. Red and black. TIE Fighter, black and white. Millennium Falcon, square dish. And it reads First Order TIE Fighter versus Millennium Falcon, and it does say from the new film Force Awakens. Kmart, several Kmarts have put these out early. I asked if they had any others. They told me it was the only item excluded from the embargo of the Force Awakens merchandise, because it's not Hasbro, because it's Hot Wheels. Kanan is coming out in the exact same packet, which is why I said I was lucky to find a blue Kanan, because it's the first release. However, Big W also broke the embargo with the First Order Stormtrooper Sergeant and his Assault Walker, and Elite Speeder Bike also with a First Order Stormtrooper. Now what's interesting is it says Elite Speeder Bike, so you would kind of assume that he is an Elite Stormtrooper, but they probably didn't want to use up too much font. I don't know. There's a lot of font, right? But here, it just says Stormtrooper. I would have expected to say First Order, or at least First Order Elite, or at least Elite Stormtrooper. These packets are quite cool. They've got like a weird logo there of Disney, and they've got what we can expect the character to look like in the film. And we see the new design for the speeder bike, and it tells us that we get Chewbacca, Kylo Ren, and obviously the walker I just showed you. Sorry guys. And we get a Stormtrooper, Captain Phasma, so looking forward to her, and we see the bike. So, at Kmart, at Big W, these were $29 each. At Kmart, they're going to be $35. So, definitely cheaper to wait and see if you can pick them up in Big Dub than Kmart. But, yeah, Maya also had these guys out at $40 a piece, which is, wow, $40 for a Hasbro vehicle. For a small Hasbro vehicle, I should say. So, now, talking The Force Awakens, Force Friday. So, basically my dad was in Big W today. I went to Big W at Garden City, Queensland, where I found these in Brisbane. He went to Carindale with didn't really find anything. However, I bought a Kylo Ren t-shirt last week from Carindale Big W. Today they were all gone, and there was a note saying, "We apologise, but we cannot offer the Kylo Ren or Force Awakens t-shirt until the 3rd of September. My dad saw a staff member in the same aisle and asked. They said, yes, we're doing them on the 3rd because that's the day the video game comes out. Whether or not we will see the entire line break date on the 3rd is interesting, because it's supposed to be the next day, obviously the 4th, Force Friday. So, I don't want to send you guys out on wild goose chases across God knows how many Big W's, but it is something to keep in mind. The guys said that they'll probably, if they do decide to put out the entire line, it will probably be after midday. But, once again, this is just going on a whim here, so don't take it as the truth. So yeah, that's my collection update. I'm doing this one now, just in case, because I'm leaning towards lay-buying the Force Awakens set, because they're going to be like somewhere between $16 and $19 each, and times up by 10, 11, probably even 15, depending on how many they actually have in stock. So, yeah, that's a lot. So that's why I decided to show these two guys off first, because I'm only going to get the 5.12s straight away, and I will definitely show off those when I get them. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.